Hello students, welcome to our YouTube channel. So in this video, we will be looking into the questions of analogies, okay? And the weightage for this topic is 2 to 3 questions compulsory you are going to get in every slot, in every exam. And it is also very easy to score, okay? So let's look into the topic. Yes. Now, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Time for Bank Exams. And please do not forget to press the bell icon for all the notifications of the videos that we upload in our channel. Okay? Right. Yes. Now, in the analogies, see, look at the question. He says 31 is related to 152 by a certain logic. Following the same logic, 47 is related to 168. Now, to which of the following is 66 related following the same logic? And there is a note. Now, before we move further, these are the actual questions that are asked in your SSCCGL 2024 exam. These are your actual questions that we are discussing here. Okay? Right. So, there is a note given. Operations should be performed on the whole numbers without breaking down the numbers into its constituent digits. That is, 13 operations on 13 such as adding or deleting or multiplying etc. to 13 can be performed. Breaking down 13 into 1 and 3 and then performing mathematical operations on 1 and 3 is not allowed. Means you should not look them as digits. You have to look them as numbers only is what he is trying to explain here. Okay. So, now how is 31 related to 152 in the same way as 47 is related to 168. Now, I need to find a logic that satisfies these two, so that now my question is, to which of the following is 66 related to is my question. Now, when we have analogies, we always have to keep options in our mind for looking at the mathematical operators that we need to look at. Now, look at here. Now, if you look at the number 31 and 152, correct? A huge difference. Here also 47, 168, huge difference. But again, if you look at it, from 31 to 47 is minor difference. 152 to 168, minor difference. And then here you have 66 and the number is again in 190s or 180s. So, what is the first thing you do is you check the difference. Are you understanding the point? Now, if I take the difference, how much am I adding here? I have to add 121. By adding 121, I am getting 152. 31 plus 121. Am I getting the same logic here? Yes. By adding 121, am I getting 168? Yes. So, that is what we have to do. Here also by adding 121, how much am I getting? You are getting 187 and that is there in first option. So, looking at the options, we need to develop a logic. Without options, it is not possible. So, always keep an eye on the options to look at how it is working. From 31 to 152, big difference. 47 to 168, big difference. But then again, if you observe them, they are almost like increasing gradually, correct? From 31, there is a gradual increase. 152, there is a gradual increase. So, maybe difference will work. That is how we approach. Always keep in mind the options to decide that. Got it? Yes. So, choice 1. Okay. Then next, say select the option in which the numbers share the same relationship as that shared by the given pair of numbers. See, again here he has given 2 pairs of numbers. They share a same relationship. Now, again we need to find a pair that also shares the same relationship. Again the note is the same. We have to have operations on the whole numbers without breaking the numbers. Means you should not take them as digits. You have to take them as numbers only. Now, again, if you observe, see from 149 to 213, likewise from 149 there is a gradual increase to 168, from 213 there is a gradual increase to 232 and here also you have the same, similar. So, again try to look into the addition, how much I have to add here. So, 149 plus how much? If I have 150 plus 63 I will get 213. So, it is 64 because you have 149. Please do manual calculations. You need to be very confident in doing manual calculations. because whatever it is that you are doing, you need to have confidence that whatever that you have got is the right answer. That confidence gives you a lot of boost in working on further questions. So, practice manual calculations. Got it? Now, likewise here also, when you take plus 64, we are going to get 232. So, the same thing now we have to check plus 64. Now, 140 plus 60 itself is 200. So, first option doesn't work. Correct? Then 160 plus 60. Okay. But then again, if you look at the units digit, here you have a 2 and here you have a 4. So, 2 plus 4 is 6, but I don't have a 6 here. So, choice 2 is also ruled out. This is how you have to check. That is how when you do manual calculations, you will know where to observe, what to do. Then it becomes very easy to understand. Got it? Now, here if you check, see here I have a 3. By adding 64, so 3 plus 4, definitely you get a 7. And 15 plus 6, you get 21. So, yes, choice 3 will be my answer. Got it? So, plus 64 is the logic. Okay. Then, next. Now, check 19 is related to 209 following a certain logic. Following the same logic, 27 is related to 297. Now, to which of the following is 61 related following the same logic? And again, the note is the same. We have to do operations on numbers and not as digits. So, he says 61. Okay, 61 is related to what? Now, again, if you observe the options, see, the numbers are very big numbers. From the number 61 to these are very big numbers. Now, if I take addition, let's suppose say, now here 27 to 297, you are adding 270. By adding 270, am I going to get 500 or 600? No, you will not. That is the thing you have to check. Addition is not going to work here. If addition doesn't work, the next logical operator that you should use is multiplication, because that is how a number increases, either addition or multiplication. Correct? So, that's what we do. What multiplication I can use? Now, you have a 9 here, you have a 9 here, you have a 7 here, you have a 7 here, ending the units digit. So, what multiplication I can use? So, 9 again multiplied by 1 in the units digit, you will get 9. So, 19 multiplied by 11 is how you do it. So, what do we do here? You split the number 10 plus 9. 19 can be written as 10 plus 9. Then you multiply. 10 into 11, 110. 9 into 11, 99. 110 plus 99. Yes, you have 209. Into 11 works. This is how you have to start observing, recognizing them. When you do manually, these are the things you can automatically focus on. Got it? Now, again here if I do into 11. So, again you split the number 20 plus 7. So, 20 into 11 is 220 and 7 into 11 is 77. 220 plus 77, 297. So, yes, product is the logic that we do. So, we have 61 into 11. So, you take this 60 plus 1. Correct? So, 60 into 11 is 660 and 1 into 11 is 11. 660 plus 11 is 671 and that is there in first option, and that is how you get your answer. Yes? Right. Okay. Next. Now, we have a letter analogy. We had number, we have letter analogy. Now, here if you look at, we have MEK is related to NVP. This is one pair we have. Then we have GYT is TBG. GYT is TBG. Now, he is asking what is JWH related to. Okay. Now, what is the first thing you observe is, do I have a concept of vowel and consonants? Means, for a vowel, do I have another vowel in that position? No, you don't have. Then if that is not the case, then vowels and consonants logic is ruled out. Then you take the help of place values. Means you replace them with numbers. M is 13, E is 5, K is 11. N is 14, V is 22, P is 16. Here 7, 25, 20, 20, 2 and 7. These are the positions that it has in the alphabetical order. Correct? Now what is it that you check? The first thing is, can I do any mathematical operator? Because now you have numbers 13 plus 1, I am getting 14. But here 7 plus 1, do I have a 8? No, I don't have. So it's not about addition. Cannot do multiplication. Then what else I can use these numbers for? Here the logic you can identify is they are called as opposite pairs. They are what we call as opposite pairs. Now what are opposite pairs? These are the pairs. Pairs are again two letters together is a pair. These are the letters that have the same position but from opposite ends. Means like A is the first letter from the left end, Z is the first letter from the right end. A and Z are called as opposite pairs because they hold the same position from opposite ends. Likewise B and Y, C and X. Like that M and N. They are the 13th letters from opposite ends. Correct? But here we need not look at the positions. Another way of looking at it is you add the place values and you should get the number as 27. That is how you identify opposite pairs. See, here 13 and 14. When I add, how much will I get? 27. Here 5 and 22, 27. 11 and 16, 27. So when you are adding them, you are getting 27. So they are what we call as opposite pairs. Now here also, that is what we get. They are what we call as opposite pairs. When you add the place values, you are getting 27. Understanding the point here? Okay. So the same thing we do. Now J is 10, W is 23, H is 8. Now when both the numbers are there, by adding you will get 27. Let's suppose say those two numbers are X and Y, X plus Y is 27. But when only one of them is known, how do you get the other? Simple. You can simply do 27 minus the place value. Correct? When you have one of the numbers given to you, if you want to find the other number, you already know the total. You can do the total minus the one of the numbers. So 27 minus the place value. So 27 minus 10, you have 17. Now 17 is Q. Correct? So look at your options. There are two options, 1 and 3. Now my target is going to be the third letter because the second letter D and D, they are same. So this has to be D because now 27 minus 23 is how much? 4. 4 is D. Correct? And likewise now 8. 27 minus 8 you have is 19. 19 is S. So QDS is what we choose as our answer. Opposite pairs. That is how we look at it. Yes? Okay. Then next, yeah, coming back to number again. Okay, so yeah, here he says select the triad in which the numbers are related in the same way as are the numbers of the following triads. Now see, these are the two triads that we have. Now how are they related? We have to check. So you have A, B and C. How are these related? Now again, when you observe in your two triads that are given, the third number is the biggest number. So logically what we have to do is try to use the first two numbers to get the third number, because in my options also that is how it is given. These are the observations you have to make. So now using A and B, I have to get C. How do I do that? Let us check. Now I'll start with multiplication, because definitely by multiplication also it is not going to be sufficient. But then anyways, so what I'll do, I'll take this example. So I'll do 2 into 3. So how much will I get? 6. And how much more I have to add? 11. So that I am going to get 17. Correct? That is what I have. Now likewise, can I try this same way? 5 into 2. How much will I get? 10. How much? Again by adding 11, 21. Do I not have 21 here? Yes. You can have it. So my logic is this. So I have A into B plus a constant 11 is going to give me C. So this is what I have to now apply in my options to get an answer. Now look at the first option, 3 into 4, 12. 12 plus 11 is how much? 23. And that's it. Choice 1 is what we have as the answer. Okay. Right. Then next, yes, now it is in a certain code language, okay. Let it go is coded as, now here you don't have to write anything. Please don't write anything because everything is given to you. You just have to visually check and get your answer. Now the question, so there are 2 sentences given and 2 sets of codes given for those sentences. Now he is asking, what is the code for it in that language? I want the code for it, the word. Now see, it is here and it is also here. Is there any other words that is repeated? No, it is the only word that is repeated. See, what is the code that is repeated? Here you have VC. Here also you have VC. And that is what you choose. Mark and move on to the next. Do what is necessary. You don't have to write what is already given to you. You need to pick and choose what needs to be written in the rough sheet. Okay? Right. Then next one. Okay. Now here it is verbal analogy. You have number, letter as well as verbal analogy. Now here he says select the word pair that best represents a similar relationship to the one expressed in the pair of words given below. Now this is the pair of word that is given to you. Okay, he says the words must be considered as meaningful English words and must not be related to each other based on the number of letters or number of consonants or vowels in the word. You should not consider them as, individual letters or vowels or consonants. It is a word. As a meaningful word only, we have to consider it. Now, Nile. Nile is a river. So, it is a river that flows across Egypt country. Correct? So, now we need to see which is that. Now, Colorado is flown in North America. Okay. So, you have a state Colorado also in the US. So, it flows there. So, through that it flows. So, it is not about the first option. Brazil is not the country that Colorado flows in. Likewise, South Korea, Mekong. Mekong is also a river that flows from China to Vietnam. Okay, but it doesn't flow in South Korea. It is majorly in Asia only, but it doesn't flow in South Korea. That is also not. Myanmar Irrawaddy, however, is your option because Irrawaddy is the river that flows in that country, Myanmar. Formerly Burma. Myanmar. Okay. And Mississippi is again flown in US, not in Russia. So, this also is not. So, third option. So, it is the country and the river that flows in that country. That is the relation. And we have third option as the answer. Okay. Next. Right. So, now again we have letter. So, let us take this. So, we have CWE. We have Z, F and X. Then we have PYT and MDI. And then we have KIL is what? Now again the first thing you check is there any vowel to vowel that is happening. So, he says select the option that is related to the 5th letter cluster. Cluster is nothing but a group. So, this is the 5th letter cluster. So, which is the option that is related to that in the same way as the 2nd letter cluster is related to the first. See this one, 2nd is related to the first and likewise the 4th is related to the 3rd. So, which among the options is related to the 5th letter cluster, he is asking. So, letter analogy. Now, again the first thing you look at is vowel, is it any related to vowel. So, here you have a E. But here I have a X. So, it is not about vowel. And here also you have a T which is a consonant, but there you have a I. So, it is not about vowels and consonants. So, again what we do? We look into the place value. So, we have a 3, we have a 23, we have a 5, this is 26, 6 and 24. Then here you have 16, 25, 20. Then here you have a 13, 4 and a 9. And here you have 11, 9, 12. So, what is it that we need to look at here? Okay. Right. So, now here if you see, so this again we can look into the concept of opposite pairs only, because how it works is when you have a C, that is 3, third letter from the left. What is the third letter from the right? X, which is 24. But what is it that you have? Z. That means plus 2 is 26, Z. So you have an opposite pair, but you are also doing plus 2. Opposite pairs plus 2 is what I am looking at. So likewise, if you take 23, that is W, correct? So you need a 4, which is D. But again, if I do plus 2, you get a 6, that is F. That is what we have here. For 23, you have a F. Are you understanding the logic? So likewise, here you have 16. For 16, you need 11, correct? But plus 2 is 13. And 25, you need 2, plus 2 is 4. And for 20, you need 7, plus 2 is 9. So this is our logic. You take opposite pair, but you have to take plus 2 also for that. So now here we have 11, correct? So for 11, you need 16, but 16 plus 2 is 18. 18th letter is R. Do I have an option starting with R? Yes. So choice 4 will be my answer. If you check further, for 9, you need how much? 18, but 18 plus 2 is 20. 20th letter is T. And for 12, you need 15, but 15 plus 2 is 17. 17 is Q. So that is what we have there, R, T and Q. So this is our logic. So you take an opposite pair, but you also have to add plus 2 to it. That is the logic for this. Yes? Okay, then. Again, we are back to number analogy. So 10 is related to 15, he says, okay. Following a certain logic, following the same logic, 42 is related to 63, okay. To which of the following numbers is 22 related following the same logic? So 22 is related to which of the following numbers here? And again, there is a note, you have to use the numbers as numbers but not as digits for operations. So again, if you observe the numbers in the options, they are very close numbers to 22, correct? Likewise, 63 is very close to 42, 15 is very close to 10. So other than addition, I cannot do anything. So if I take addition, I am getting plus 5 here. But am I getting plus 5 here? No, I am getting 21 here. So what is the logic here and here? They are actually not the same numbers, correct? But if you focus from here to here, can I say this plus 5 is nothing but 10 by 2? And again, if you focus from here to here, can I say this 21 is nothing but 42 by 2? So basically, you are adding half of that first number to get the second number. So again, what we do here, you take half of that 22, which is 11, you add and you will get 33, and that is there in first option. So basically, you have to do 22 upon 2, where you are going to get 11. You add that, okay? Next. Yes, now again we have verbal analogy. He says select the option that is related to the third word in the same way as the second word is related to the first word. See here, second word is related to the first word. I need to find an option that is related to the third word. Again, the words must be considered as meaningful English words. We should not relate them as letters or vowels or consonants. Now here, you have the word temerity, correct? So what is the meaning of temerity? Temerity means audacity. Audacity we call gall, okay, or we call nerve, okay. We call nerve. So these are all the synonyms of temerity. But shyness is actually the antonym of temerity. So they are antonyms, means they are opposites. Shyness is the exact opposite of audacity, okay. So temerity, these are the synonyms. So we have antonyms given there. Likewise, you have peak. What is peak? Peak is resentment, anger. See, resentment, anger, offense. So these options are synonyms, but delight is the option you choose from among them. That is an antonym of peak. Okay. So choice 1. Then next. Now again we have number analogy. Select the pair in which the numbers are related to each other in the same way as the numbers given in the pair. See, these are the pairs we have. Now what do we do? So you can say that I can do 12 into 2 plus 1. Can I do that? So that I am going to get 25. Or you can also say 12 plus 13. I will get 25. Means you are adding the next number to 12. Or you can do into 2 plus 1. So the same thing if I do here, 11 into 2 plus 1. Am I getting 23 here? Yes. Or I can also take 11 plus 12, which is the next number of 11. You get 23. Correct? Now in the same way, which is the number that I am getting it? So it is the third option. You have 21 plus 22 you add the next number. You get 43. Or 21 into 2, 42 plus 1, 43. So that is the logic. The logic is either you add the next number to the first number or you take into 2 plus 1 to get the second number. Okay. Third option. Then next. Now again, letter analogy. Select the option that is related to the fifth letter cluster, that is this one. In the same way as the second letter cluster is related to the first and the fourth letter cluster is related to the third. So we have D, O, Y. Okay. Right. So let me write it here. So we have D, O, Y is related to P, A, K in the same way as B, Q, M is related to N, C, Y. Same way as I, L, U is related to what? Correct? Now here again, you have a vowel replacing with a vowel, correct? But here if you see after I, okay, we have a U also here in the last, but in your options if you check, the third letter that you have is not a vowel. The third letter is not a vowel. So for a vowel, taking a vowel as an answer is not going to work here. These are the observations. So then you take the place value. See here you have 4 and 16. So the first thing you do is 4 into 4 is 16, correct? But here am I getting 2 into 4 is 8? No. So it's not about multiplication. How about addition? Don't forget that. If multiplication doesn't work, look at addition. So how much am I adding? 12. Here also, am I adding 12? Yes. Now here also you have 9. 9 plus 12. How much is it? 21. And what is the 21st letter? U. You have two options with U. Correct? And the third letter anyway is G. So I am not worried about that. So I am concentrating on the second letter now. These are the observations. Always keep an eye on the option so that you will know which is the one that I have to do it next to get my answer. You don't have to do completely and then only check your options. Yes? So do the second letter. So now you have 15 and you have 1. Okay. So this is minus 14. Now here you have 17 and 3. So here also minus 14. Correct? Now here also you have 12. Now 12 minus 14. Now 12 minus 14 basically is what you will get. Correct? You are going to get minus 2. But which letter is minus 2? So instead what you do, suppose you are getting a negative number, you add 26 to this. Add 26 to 12. So basically you are getting 38. So 38th letter is also 12th letter. Now from this 38 you subtract 14. Now from this 38 if I subtract 14 I am going to get 24 and 24th letter is X. Are you following the point? So it is U, X, G. So for the 12th one, choice 2. So any subtraction, especially if you are getting a negative number. So to that you add 26 so that you get a higher number, then you can subtract, you will get your answer. Okay. So, UXG is what we have, right. And here again, if you take this is 25 and this is 11. So, this is how much? This is minus 14 again. So, that is what we are looking at. So, you do not have to worry about it. Okay. Right. Then next. Yes. So, we have again the same letter analogy. We have BACK, then we have CCBI in the same way as TEST is UGRR, in the same way as we have WORK, and what do we have as our answer? Okay. So, let us see. Now, here again a vowel is replaced with a consonant, here also vowel is replaced with a consonant. So, it is not about vowels and consonants. Take the place values. So, you have a 2, you have a 3, so I can say plus 1. You have a 1, you have a 3, so I can say plus 2. You have a 3, you have a 2, so you can say minus 1. You have 11 and a 9, so minus 2. So, basically my logic is plus 1 plus 2 minus 1 minus 2. Is that same working here? See 20, 21, so plus 1, 5 and 7, so plus 2, 19 and 18, so minus 1, 20 and 18, so minus 2. Yeah, it is the same logic, plus 1 plus 2 minus 1 minus 2. That is what we do here. So, plus 1 plus 2 minus 1 minus 2. So, you have 23 plus 1, 24, that is an X. How many options are there? 2 options are there. Now, the second is 15 plus 2, 17, that is a Q. Okay, in both the options, the second letter we have is Q. Now, the third letter gives me my answer. Now, the third letter is 18, 18 minus 1 is 17, so we again have a Q, and that is available in my first option. And then finally, you have 11, 11 minus 2 is 9, 9 is I. So, choice 1. Okay. Right. Then next. Yeah. Again back to number. So, it says 104 is related to 13 following a certain logic. Now, following the same logic, 136 is related to 17. Now, to which of the following is 232 related following the same logic? Now, 232 is related to which of the following logic? Now, here again as you can see the numbers are very small numbers. So, again what we do is we start looking into the division because it is sudden decrease we are having. So, we look into division. So, what division? So, you need to look into the units digit. So, here we have a 3, here we have a 4. So, what multiplication if I do, I will get a 4 as a units digit. 3 into 8, 24. So, it is basically divide by 8. If I divide by 8, now 8 goes 1 time 8, here you have a 10. So, 2 is the balance, 4 is carryover, 8 goes 3 times 24. Perfectly divisible by 8. Now, here also if you check divisible by 8, yes. Now, 8 goes 1 times 8, you will get 5, 56. 8 goes 7 times 56. Now, here also you divide by 8. So, you will get 8 goes 2 times 16, correct? Now, 23 minus 16, you have 7, 72. So, 8 goes 9 times 72. So, what is my answer? 29, and that is there in third option. So, that is how we look at. So, the logic is divide by 8. Yes, understood the point? Okay. Right. Then next. Again, number we have 62 related to 79. Following the same logic, 98 related to 119. Now, to which of the following numbers is 14 related? Okay. To which of the following numbers 14 is related? Okay. Now, here again the note is the same. He says you have to use them as only numbers but not as digits. Okay. So, now here what is it that we can do? Okay, let us take addition because the numbers according to the options are close to 14. So, we can take addition and check. So, here 62 is there, correct? So, plus how much? Plus 17, correct? Now, here again if I add 17, am I getting 119? No, because if I add 17, I will get 115. So, it is not about addition, that much is very clear, and obviously it cannot be multiplication. So, plus 17 does not work. But one other thing you have to focus here is these are all the numbers that are very close to perfect squares. This is nothing but 64 minus 2 is what we can write this, which is 8 square minus 2, and this is 9 square minus 2, correct? 81 minus 2. Likewise, this is 10 square minus 2 and this is 11 square minus 2. So basically the format is n square minus 2. That's the format. But how is the increase happening? It is the next number. So it is the next number. So this is 4 square, 16 minus 2. So what should be my answer? You increase by next number, which is 5 square minus 2. So 25 minus 2 will get 23, and that is there in first option. That is how you check. So logically you have to understand what are the operators I can make use of. Multiplication, addition, if that is not working out, look for squares, cubes. Understood the point? Yes? Okay. Choice 1. Okay. Right. Next. Now again we have letter. So we have the word sweet and you have W-S-E-T-E. Now what is it that you observe? See, there are the same letters. See, S is here, W is here, okay, and then T is coming here, and then you have E is here. So the middle is as it is. So if you are getting a confusion which E is what, you can take the other one. So you have the word salty. So you have A-S-L-Y-T. See, the middle is as it is, the remaining are exchanging. That is what we have here. Whenever you have repeated letters, yes, it is little difficult to identify which E is where. So you take the other option. You will know what it is. So we keep the middle as it is, means I will be as it is for the word drink, D-R-I-N-K. So I is going to be as it is. So it will be R and D, K and N. That is how we have to identify our answer. R-D-I-K-N. So R-D-I-K-N is there in choice 2. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then. Yes. Now this again is verbal. Say select the word pair that best represents a similar relationship to the one expressed in the pair of words given below. So this is the pair of words that is given below. We need to identify a similar relation to that from the options. Now again, consider them as meaningful words but not as letters, vowels or consonants. Okay. Now here we have presence and we have abundance. So more or less we can consider them as synonyms. They are synonyms. Presence, abundance. Okay. Because now if you go through the options, you will get concise and verbose. Concise is, usually you concise it, you put it in a very less number of words. Verbose is you put it in more number of words. They are opposites. Likewise, abstract and concrete. Abstract is very vague. Concrete is very specific. They are opposites. Okay. Nourish and neglect. Again, they are opposites. So, they are synonyms. So, this is my answer. Infinite and cosmic. These are your similar relation that is according to the given pair. Presence and abundance. So, these all are what we call as antonyms. The first three options are antonyms. Choice 4 is the answer. Okay. Then, yes, back to number analogy. So, we have 16 related to 112. Following the same logic, 26 is related to 182. Now, to which of the following is 44 related following the same? So, 44 is related to which of them? Now, again there is a note, means you have to treat them as whole numbers but not as digits, right? Now, again if you look at the options, all are in 300s, correct? So, the first thing you look at is try using multiplication and check. So, what multiplication I can use? See, you have a 6 here, you have a 2 here. So, what multiplication I can do? Into 7, correct? So, if I split this as 10 plus 6, so multiply 10 into 7, 70, 6 into 7, 42, 70 and 42, yes, you have 112, correct? So likewise here also into 7, because again this is 6 and you have a 2 here. So this again you split it as 20 and 6. You multiply 20 into 7, 140, 6 into 7, 42, 140 plus 42, 182. So the logic works. So basically this is into 7 is what we do. So this is 40 plus 4. So 40 into 7, 280, 4 into 7, 28, 280 and 28. You are going to get 308, and that is there in choice 1. So first option is our answer. Okay. Right, next. Yes. Now again back to letter. So we have the word rate, and that is given as SCWI. See, for A you have a C. So it's not a vowel, even though here you have a E and a I. For A here you have a C, so it's not about vowels. To take the place value, see here you have 18 and 19, so plus 1. Here you have 1 and a 3, so plus 2. Here you have a 20 and a 23, so plus 3. And here you have a 5 and a 9, so plus 4. So basically this is the logic, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 is what we need to identify. Is that same repeated here? Let us check. We have H, I, G, H. So we have I, K, J, L. So let's see, we have 8 and a 9, correct, plus 1 is happening. 9 and 11, plus 2 is happening. 7 and a 10, plus 3 is happening. 8 and a 12, plus 4 is happening. So it's the same logic that we have, that is repeated, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, correct. Now that is what we do for the word open. So you take the word open. So here you have 15, 16, 5, 14, and you do plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, correct. So what do we get? 15 plus 1, 16 is P. So there are, all options starts with a P. Then next 16 plus 2, 18 is R. So P and R, there are two options, first and second, correct. And then next 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 is H, and H is available in the first option. And then again you have 14 plus 4, 18, which is again a R. So P, R, H, R is what we have as our answer. Yes, right. Okay. Then next one. We have number, analogy. So 8 is related to 512 following a certain logic. Now following the same logic, 12 is related to 1728. Now to which of the following is 15 related? Okay. Now again the note is similar. Treat them as numbers but not as digits. Now how do you recognize these numbers? These are actually perfect cubes. They are cube of that first number. 8 cube. Again cube of that first number. So I will have to take cube of that number, which is 3375, and that is available in choice 4. So choice 4 is our answer. Cubes. Okay. The format is n cube is the format. Okay. Right, then. Okay, so those are the questions you have in this topic here. Again, I am just reiterating. So please do join and do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Time for Bank Exams, for all the bank, SSCCGL, insurance, railway and other related exams. And we do also have other social media handles. The links are provided here for Telegram, YouTube, Instagram and Facebook, and these links are also given in the description below. And for classroom coaching, you can contact your nearest time center, and for online courses you can enroll at t4e.info/bankssconline. Okay. All right. So thank you for attending the session. Hope you have understood this. Okay. So that's it. Thank you and have a great rest of the day. Goodbye.